Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. My name is Gloria and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today I wanted to go through some monthly favorites for the month of August. We're coming to the end of summer and this summer went by so quickly. I don't even know how, but I just wanted to show you guys these plants because they've either grown quite a lot this summer or they've recently decided to kind of sprout some new leaves, so I'm really happy. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. And yeah, let's just jump right into today's video. Whole bunch of plants that I want to show you guys, so let's just jump right in. I do want to first start off with I guess my favorite plant for this month, which is my Manjula pothos. So this beautiful baby has gone through quite a bit. I grew it from like 2 or 3 super tiny leaves and it has since exploded in growth. So it's very typical of the pothos nature where it just grows like a stinking weed. So very fast and vigorous grower, and I have like maybe 3, 4, 5 plants in here. So I did propagate them all myself and root them in water, and then I planted it back into the leca, so it has more growth points than it would have had if it was just one single plant. And the one original plant, I cut it right at the base here, so it has since grew out this super long vine which has like 5 leaves, and it's really good with the variegation, so not reverted in any way whatsoever. And the leaves are quite chubby and heart-like, which is very typical of Manjula pothos, and I just love it. I love it so much, and I really like kind of the variegation pattern on the Manjula versus the marble queen pothos or even the golden pothos. And I just think it's more like sectoral, and there's parts where more creamy, more white, and the other parts where it's like really dark green. So it's just really nice, and I think everyone needs a Manjula pothos in their life, and it's just really awesome. So yeah, this is plant number 1 and probably my favorite for this month. Next up I want to show you guys is this tiny itty bitty little plant, and it is the Tradescantia tricolor. So this baby I got as a tiny little unrooted cutting from my friend. If you know who you are, thank you so much. And it has since grown so many new shoots and leaves, and it's starting to look quite full in this tiny itty bitty pot. So it was originally in moss, and I kind of let it sit in the moss for way too long, but I have since finally transferred it to soil. So I just put it in a kind of chunky mix. I just had some soil laying around, so I just plopped it into some soil. The roots were really good, and now there's so many different leaves, so very nice. Just look at that, it's so beautiful. Oh my god, I really like the coloring on the tricolor. I love how there's greens, I love how there's pinks, there's whites, there's all sorts of colors. And yeah, from one single vine it's grown out like there's like 6 different shoots. I don't even know how. It like literally is just doing its own thing and thriving for sure. Next up, I do want to talk about an orchid, which is my beloved bellina. So this is my phalaenopsis bellina, which just came out with this beautiful, stunning kind of greenish flower. Like, I love when it first comes out and how fragrant it is. It smells honestly like Fruit Loops, and it, oh yeah, it smells exactly like Fruit Loops. It just brings me back to my childhood, and even like last year when I still ate Fruit Loops. So yeah, beautiful flower, and it looks so amazing. It's a sequential bloomer, so I never really cut off the flower spike because new buds do form at the end, unless it like dries out and turns yellow. Obviously cut it off, but otherwise it's bloomed on that one spike 3 times now, and I do see another bloom about to open, which hopefully it does, and I will have 2 bellina flowers open at the same time because I've never had that before. And yeah, I think this looks really good, and it's just the perfect single flower, and I honestly like to show it every single time it opens a new flower because it's just so amazing. The color does change a little bit over time, so it does kind of go from a purple to like a pinkish color, but I really like the purple against the greenish like petal tips. Very amazing, very stunning phalaenopsis, and I really enjoy this, and it is definitely my favorite orchid that I ever have in my collection. mainly because of the fragrance, but also because I really like the look of the flowers and the chubbiness of the leaves and how compact it grows. So it's amazing. Next up, I do want to show the first Hoya for the month of August in my favorites, and it is the Hoya vitellinoides. So this plant, I know you guys used to love, and I haven't shown it in a hot minute, and that's because it literally did nothing for I think like 6 months since I've cut it, and it has since grown these 2 new leaves, which now it looks beautiful and full again, and it looks so big and lush, so that's why it's back as a monthly favorite. So this vitellinoides has beautiful veiny and like striking leaves, so very large. As you can see, the veining is very obvious. And these are the older leaves. I have one single leaf here that I just stuck a wet stick on top of the leca, and it managed to grow this itty bitty leaf, which is honestly really cute. So yeah, I have this trellised up so that it looks more, oops, dropped a leca, a big leca at that. So yeah, this one is definitely one of my favorites and always has been a favorite. It's just when it doesn't really do much, I don't really like to show it to you guys because you guys might get bored just looking at the same plant all the time. But when it has 2 new leaves, I just absolutely have to show it. So yeah, this is paired up currently with a handmade planter that I have available on my Etsy shop. It has some pink, white, and yellow blobs and black outline on this red clay body, which is very cute. I think it looks super adorable, and yeah, fits a 4-inch pot, so this is a pretty large handmade planter. A lot of my planters are more on the 3-inch side, but this one is 4-inch, so check it out if you're interested. Available on my Etsy. We're down to the last 2 plants, so I do want to talk about this little baby, which is my Syngonium albo. It's so tiny and it's so amazing. I grew this from like I think 2 wet sticks, so they were leafless sticks. They were just nodes, and I grew out such beautiful variegated leaves. I honestly have never had such a variegated Syngonium, honestly. My mother plant, which I have recently gotten rid of, actually not that recent, I probably got rid of it like 3-4 months ago. I got rid of that plant because it was kind of reverting and it was getting too big, too many roots, and I just didn't really have the space for it. So I really like this baby plant, and I love how it's so variegated and it just looks so perfect. I had it in a prop box for quite some time. I literally just forgot about it and left it on its own, and it grew out so many leaves in that box of moss. So I've since transferred it to leca, and it's doing great things, and now it's in room humidity and adjusted really well because it put out a new leaf, which is essentially a half moon leaf, and just doing great. So yeah, I have this paired up with this cat planter, also available on my Etsy. It has 3 different cats, one with brown spots, one is brown, and the one has brown and black spots. So very cute. I love kind of the variation in the cat designs, cat patterns, if you will. So last but not least, I do want to talk about this Hoya, which honestly was my favorite, and then it went and did weird things. So yeah, I kind of forgot about it, but now it's back. So it is my Hoya fitchii. So this little baby honestly had some mealybug issues recently, and probably still does. And it was kind of scorched by my grow lights and became really bleached, but otherwise it has grown beautiful leaves. It grew 3 leaves in my care, probably dropped 1 or 2 of the older leaves, but more or less looks the same to you guys maybe, but to me it has come a long way because it came rooted, but then not really because all of it rotted because it was in like bad soil. It was a whole mess, but I since have rerooted it in leca, and it's doing a lot better, and yeah, it's starting to kind of fill out. I know a lot of people have really big Hoya fitchii, but I was unfortunate and had to buy cuttings from private sellers for way too expensive, but it looks a little bit better now, so I'm pretty happy. And yeah, that's my fitchii. Not much else more to say about that, but it is one of my favorites for this month. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Comment down below what plant is your favorite for the month of August. I would love to know. Mine, for sure, #1 favorite is my Manjula pothos because it's just so amazing, lush, and doing absolutely great in my care. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.